It's time to take a look at the best VR games you can play on your Meta, PlayStation VR and HTC headsets right now. It can often seem like the realm of VR games has the world and industry working against it. Despite the launch of new hardware last year in the form of the cheaper, more affordable Meta Quest 3S, the release schedule for tentpole VR game releases these days is staggered, to say the least. That said, when it comes to immersing yourself in a video game world like never before, rarely will you find a better way to do so. The following is a list of the 10 best VR games you can play right now. From mesmerizing rhythm games that help you work up a sweat to first-person adventures that let you step into the boots of your favorite superhero. If you have a VR headset, these are the titles you should absolutely be playing. Batman Arkham Shadow. Easily one of 2024's biggest VR surprises was the utterly excellent Batman Arkham Shadow, a wildly effective and immersive take on DC's famous Dark Knight that serves as a near-perfect translation of Rocksteady's Batman Arkham trilogy. It's a full-fledged adaptation complete with satisfying counter-based melee combat, objective-based investigations, and the ability to stalk your thugs like prey using the franchise's classic brand of Predator stealth. All this would have been enough to make Batman Arkham Shadow the premier way to play Batman, but it's topped off by Roger Craig Smith's brilliant returning performance as the titular Caped Crusader. Horizon Call of the Mountain. The honest truth is that we'll likely never see a big-budget PlayStation VR 2 game in the style of Horizon Call of the Mountain ever again. When it first released alongside Sony's sequel headset in 2023, it astounded for all the ways it made excellent use of the controller's haptic feedback, its stunning beautiful visuals, and how it made the scale of the franchise's various robot creatures matter like never before. It was clearly a big investment on PlayStation's part in the hopes of wowing players into joining the platform. It never quite worked out that way, but still, for those who do own a PSVR 2 headset, Horizon Call of the Mountain is a must-play title you won't soon forget. Asgards Wrath 2. In many ways, Asgards Wrath 2 is the Meta Quest exclusive of choice on the platform. It's a bigger, bolder sequel that casts you in the role of an ancient Egyptian warrior capable of taking on many different forms and various different power sets in order to take down the Greek god of mischief, Loki. It's easily the best example of what an open-world RPG can look like in VR when given enough time and money investment. It's primed to provide tens of hours of enjoyment, be it through exploration, combat, puzzle solving, and a generous number of optional game modes and minigames. Those with a Meta Quest 3 can enjoy added immersion too, thanks to the unique AR integration. Halflife Alex. It might not quite be Half-Life 3, but in all but name, Halflife Alex succeeded in proving that there are more stories to tell within Valve's sci-fi universe, and more importantly, new and interesting ways to tell it. Set between the events of the 1998 original and the much-beloved sequel, you play as the titular Resistance member fighting the efforts of the alien Combine Empire before Gordon Freeman's eventual arrival. It is by far one of the best VR experiences on any platform hands down out there, presenting an unfathomable number of ways to interact with the world, made all the better by gorgeous visuals and the return of the gravity gun. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. Zombie games in VR are nothing new. Heck, there's even a couple on this very list. However, if you're still seeking a different take that involves more than just repeatedly mowing down legions upon legions of them with all kinds of different firearms, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is the one for you. Best described as a survival shooter, Saints and Sinners has you venturing out on different quests, plundering them for different resources, and then using those resources to craft new weapons and items back at your home base. From here, you're able to grow stronger each time you venture out into this flooded version of post-apocalyptic New Orleans. This makes for a chilling and often tense zombie survival experience that works brilliantly in VR and stays true to the wider franchise. Beat Saber. No VR collection is complete without Beat Saber, the 2018 release that was the first and the best at encapsulating what rhythmic delights can be captured when tasking players to swing and react to the beat. The starter songs included in the base game will be enough to get you appropriately hooked with how it feels to sweep and dodge as multicolored blocks come barreling down the highway. But it's when picking up a few song packs from your favorite artists where Beat Saber's light and potential shine brightest. Better yet, when placed on the fastest speed, Beat Saber turns out to be quite the workout, benefiting your health just as much as your musical tastes. Tetris Effect. Just when you thought the world's greatest puzzle game couldn't get any better, it received a VR upgrade in the form of Tetris Effect in 2018. Though also also playable for PlayStation 4, it was really when played on the original PSVR headset that this wildly evocative and eye-catching version of Tetris could fully take hold. The music swells, your surroundings change. It was an audio-visual treat capable of hypnotizing you in its trance like few other iterations before it. Better yet, the VR version of Tetris Effect is no longer stranded just on PSVR, and is now available on MetaQuest and PSVR 2 also. Never before has clearing lines using blocks felt so satisfying than in Tetris Effect. It's by far the definitive way to play, the one puzzle game that will outlive us all. Assassin's Creed Nexus VR. If ever you wanted to inhabit the role of your favourite Assassin's Creed protagonist more closely, odds are that Ubisoft's VR interpretation will be right up your alley. Assassin's Creed Nexus VR focuses on 3 familiar heroes specifically, Cassandra, Connor and Ezio, which means being able to explore ancient Greece, Renaissance Italy and colonial America from first-person view, platforming over rooftops and stealthily taking down guards in the process. Though not presenting each setting as a complete open world, all 3 are open enough that you're afforded an unprecedented level of freedom, approaching sneaking scenarios with various opportunities while eagle diving and using your hidden blade in the most immersive way possible. Arizona Sunshine 2. Vertigo Games has become quite the darling developer within the VR scene, first making waves with the likes of Arizona Sunshine and Star Trek Bridge Crew before delighting somewhat with the launch of Metro Awakening last year. It's the sequel to its original VR zombie shooter, however, that we've chosen to place on this list, purely due to how much of a step up it is. It delivers a meaty single-player campaign packed full of countless ways to bash, blast and dispatch the undead, only now you do so with the assistance of a reliable dog companion. Its brighter setting works well to contrast against the slew of other muddy zombie shooters out there, and it plays great on both PSVR 2 and MetaQuest. Astrobot Rescue Mission. Years before the undeniable brilliance of Astrobot on PS5, original PSVR owners were enjoying the 3D platforming thrills within the equally joyful Astrobot Rescue Mission. Team Asobi's original VR adventure works much the same as the newer version, except now you're able to inhabit the world as a character yourself, using your body, head and arms to break ways and literally influence the world. This is unequivocally an underrated gem in the VR pantheon, since it's still only available to play on the original PSVR headset. So Sony, please hear us out and make this available on more VR platforms. So there you have it in terms of our top 10 picks for the best VR games you can play right now. Do you agree with our picks? Be sure to let us know in the comment section below, and consider subscribing to the Mirror Gaming YouTube channel to stay up to date with even more videos like this. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.